Our second speaker this evening is working on a pocket speech. It's not completely developed, but he agreed to speak to us tonight. Michael is glad for the opportunity for some early practice. The title of his 4 to 6 minute icebreaker speech is Benefits of Speaking Well. Please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Michael Schoen.
When people find out what my avocation is, I spend so much time with Toastmasters, they wonder why. After all, I've been doing it many years, and I've reached a certain level of competence, I suppose. Madam Toastmaster, my fellow Toastmasters, our most welcome guests, there are benefits to speaking well. Tangible benefits that I have experienced throughout most of my adult life. During my undergraduate work at Indiana University, I majored in speech and theater. I was a member of Indiana University's debate team. And because of that membership, I began to learn to love travel. I traveled to various Big Ten universities with the debate team to debate the teams from other universities. I had good times when other debate teams came to Indiana to debate us. But I began to appreciate the benefits of speaking well in terms of the travel that I got to do with the university paying the bills. My first job out of college was at an IBM research laboratory in Endicott, New York. I was working on computers that were still being developed. The public wouldn't get to see them for 2 years. I developed a system for testing a certain aspect of the computer's performance. There were other programmers in other laboratories for IBM that were doing the same thing for the versions of the computers that were being developed at their laboratories. One of the versions of this system was developed in Hursley, England. And IBM decided to send one of the programmers who had developed a system for doing this testing to England rather than disassembling a $7 million machine and shipping it across the Atlantic Ocean to be tested in the United States. I don't claim that the system I developed was any better than some of the others that were developed, but I got the trip. I spent 10 weeks in England on IBM's dime. Why? Because when all of the programmers who developed these systems got together with the managers from the laboratories and presented their systems, I had the experience of speaking well to support what I had done and the value thereof. So I got to spend 10 weeks in England across a Christmas, New Year's holiday, all on IBM's dime. What a wonderful trip that was. Some years later, I was involved with a company that did consulting work with large insurance companies. We helped develop computer systems to support the operations of some very important insurance companies. We had an opportunity to present our systems to a number of insurance companies in Kuala Lumpur, which is the capital city of Malaysia. I was not the most expert technical person in terms of our systems. The company had some people who knew those systems better than I did. But I was chosen to go. The reason why? Because I had the experience of presenting the various aspects of our computer system to potential clients, and the experience of presenting well, speaking well. I spent about 5 weeks in Kuala Lumpur. What a marvelous trip that was. Probably one of the best food experiences that I had ever had, because Kuala Lumpur, the capital of Malaysia, featured native Malay cuisines. About 10% of the people with whom I was working were native Chinese. So I got to experience some Chinese cuisines as well. What a wonderful trip that was. And I got to do it on somebody else's dime because I had the benefits of speaking well. Those of you who are younger than I am, and that's practically everybody in the room, perhaps can begin to identify the benefits that you might receive from your Toastmasters experience and having learned to speak well. Madam Toastmaster.